So, hello, welcome to episode 75 of No Holds Barred Pod. That's Sal Dodgson.
And that's Don McGowan. Welcome, everybody. Here we go again. The news of the week.
The war's back, baby. The war is back.
Yeah.
We'll come on to that in a bit, though. Yeah. Yes, lots weird stuff going on, isn't there, at the moment?
But do you know what was weird for me, Don? What was weird for me? I went with my friends to the May Day March in Liverpool.
Oh, yes.
Yesterday.
Yeah, you did.
And what was exceptionally weird was there was a good few hundred of us, like, not one policeman. Not one.
Yeah.
Weird. Not a jackboot, not a helmet, not a pepper spray, not a walkie-talkie, not a body-worn camera, not a sausage.
Nothing.
How's that for a hate march?
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
so peace march, because it was
Peaceful
about
protest.
peace and stopping hate and genocide. No police at all.
I know.
Not a one. Not even anyone drinking. Nobody
No.
pissed on a statue. Nobody had a fight.
No.
People were smiling. It was quite the thing.
Yeah.
I did see three incredibly angry separate people, though.
Yeah.
Just in town screaming at us.
Oh, right. Were they the counter protesters, or were they just
no? They were just people who were very angry to see. Do you know what did occur to me actually? As mentioned in the chat we've just had with Mike Dix, during the route and in fact afterwards, as mentioned quite a bit, the homeless people in Liverpool break me every time I go into the city because they've been there since I was a kid. And where's the progress? It's disgusting. And we actually, just before we got to St George's Plateau, there was somebody on the floor who could have been dead.
Oh dear.
And there was one of the, not wardens, the people who police the march, Marshall, who was guiding people to walk around him. And I said, that was next to me, and I said to her, why is everyone just walking past him? What the fuck? And she said, she said to the lady, has somebody rung him an ambulance? Oh, we will, or I don't even know what they said. But at this point, I'm broken because I just...
Yeah.
But what I could understand is that people are seeing us marching with Palestine flags saying stop the genocide. And they're seeing us preaching on behalf of another country when this country is in tatters. And if you don't understand how it's all connected, I can see why that would make them angry, because they don't understand the full picture. But as we know, it's literally all connected because our government is bought and occupied by the very same people creating the genocide that we are aiding and abetting by surveilling for them and giving them parts for ammunition. So I understand, but we have the press backing up what their anger is, that, they've been manipulated by propaganda.
Yeah, they have. We may as well start with this because I've got a little bit about it, and I just wanted to mention, particularly off the back of what happened last week in Brent Cross in Golders Green, what's being labelled a terrorist incident, which isn't really a terrorist incident
at all.
And
it's ableism.
And the insane lack of mention of the fact that he attacked a Muslim man. It's just mad. It's completely crazy that isn't being mentioned, to the point where Mark Rowley, who's the police commissioner for the Metropolitan Police, the top man, has been caught out lying about it. He he's been questioning the Nakba march, which is due to happen not this weekend, but the one after, isn't it? On the 16th. And the Stop the War Coalition have been questioned, let's say, by the police, the Met Police, about their route, and they talked about it online. And they've been forced into doing a route. They submitted their march details way back in December, I think, or November last year.
December.
And then it was suddenly changed because, it was suddenly cancelled, actually.
A march that happens every year.
Yeah, an annual march. Yeah, exactly. because Tommy Robinson has been gifted pretty much the entire centre of London for his. What? Oh, all right. I made up a little phrase earlier, and I want to run it past you because I think it's funny. And I'm going to put a little logo and make it up. And I've forgotten it, and I can't find it in my note.
Standard.
Oh yeah, Tommy Robinson's flag race instead of drag race. I was gonna mock up a graphic for it.
Hey, put Mike onto that.
Yeah, I might do actually. But yeah, I just thought that was quite amusing. I amused myself anyway. But so the Met have given Tommy Robinson basically the whole centre of London, haven't they?
Trafalgar Square.
Whitehall.
We have to stop
everywhere.
on Pall Mall.
Is that right?
Exhibition
is that where
Road
it stopped?
to Pall Mall.
Yeah. Which is a way short of where they would normally go, isn't it? So,
but also, when we get to Pall Mall, for people to carry on travelling, they need to go to Charing Cross, so you've got to circumnavigate
go through
the UTK.
That's
they don't think it through, Don. Nobody else thinks this stuff through. Why am I never in the room?
How can you get to Charing Cross without going through Trafalgar Square?
You can't.
You have to go. No, you can't, can you? I'm just picturing it in my head. No, there's no exits.
You'd have to go to Green Park, I suppose. On
yeah,
Piccadilly. You have to walk up to Piccadilly.
Or the one at the bottom of the hill.
Or Piccadilly, I suppose.
It's named Embankment. Yeah,
but Charing Cross goes
downhill.
Overground. So unless you're local, you're screwed.
Yeah, that's no good. Yeah, that didn't occur to me. But anyway, Stop the War Coalition had basically said to the Met Police, okay, well, they've accepted the march route, which is much shorter, much different, as you just said, stopping short. But then, and Mark Rowley was saying that in the press over the weekend that he was concerned that the Stop the War Coalition had chosen a route that purposefully walked past synagogues to intimidate Jewish people. That's what he
insane.
said.
That's actually insane.
Well, it is insane. And Stop the War have said, no, that's fucking bullshit. We've got emails where we've discussed this with the Metropolitan Police.
He needs to go.
And we're putting this out in the press. So the National, I believe, in Scotland have picked this up and are running with it at the moment. And I'll find the article and put it in the show notes. But he's lying. And he's been proven to be lying. I mean, it's... Yeah, we've talked about last week.
You can lie by omission.
His connection to the Israeli lobbies is well publicized.
Yes.
And
we're occupied.
It's
sick.
I think a lot of people have shown who they are since this thing happened last week. It's really brought a lot of people out of the woodwork that we didn't previously necessarily understand were part of the Israeli lobby. I think Robert Peston had posted today that he'd written a long article in the Jewish Chronicle about the rise in anti-Semitism. I mean, I put LBC on Saturday morning, and I listened to Matthew Wright on a Saturday morning, but it turned out he was unwell and couldn't come in, so they had Sheila Fogarty. So it was literally 3 hours of pro-Israel chat, nothing else, for 3 hours on a Saturday morning. I put the radio on again after lunch today, and she did another full 3 hours of pro-Israel stuff. It's like nothing else is going on in the world. It's really, really blatant, and it's really...
Well, LBC are owned outright by Israelis, aren't they?
Well, they are.
Global.
They're owned by the Tabor family. Yeah, exactly. But it's quite shocking. I saw Sangeeta Meisker had put something out today about one of the reasons why she was removed from LBC was having... Did you see?
Very good.
Having this anti-racism man on. But she seemed to be a bit more freed up to talk about this now after some months. I didn't realise, did you, that she said that she had to send legal threats to James O'Brien because James O'Brien kept calling her an anti-Semite. So she had to stop him by using the law.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
I don't like him. I've never liked him. Well, I tell a lie. I liked him during Brexit at the beginning, but I don't like him now.
What a smarmy shit.
Yeah, she had to shut him down by using the law because he repeatedly said that she was anti-Semitic. She posted that on Twitter.
I wish she'd sued him.
Well, that was her ultimate threat, was she would have done if he didn't stop it. He obviously did stop it because he got threatened by his solicitors. But it's ridiculous. And then she talked about the lies that were spread by Global, that she was sacked because her figures were down, her ratings were down, which was obviously not true.
No.
Yeah. So,
Oh, it just makes you sick.
But yeah, it's a really. I think that thing that happened last week in Golders Green, which, you know, thankfully nobody died. 2 Jewish men, and they're both fine, were attacked, but it's kind of released something within a lot of people that were holding it back, that they've been able to then be a lot freer with their expression of their sort of pro-Israel kind of stance. So yeah, it's a bit of a strange situation we find ourselves in when the news are reporting the guy was charged with 2 offences of attempted murder when it was 3.
That's the sort of thing that happened in America, isn't it, with Trump?
Yeah, totally. It's so
Same
dark.
Playbook.
It's really, really dark. I saw. Do you seen the clip of Natasha Devon? I think Farouk put it out over the weekend. She was on Sky News at the weekend, and she was talking about this. And she said, you know, that there shouldn't be a hierarchy of grievance when a terror incident happens, but there clearly is. I mean, a lot of people said, you know, she's probably not going to get back on Sky News anytime soon because of what she said, but I'll find a clip and I'll put a link to it down below. Yeah, she was brilliant. I reposted it, so I'll find it and put a link to it. She spoke the truth, and you know, she said it's not just Muslims, it's black people, disabled people, women, trans people. They're all down the pecking order. But when something happens in the Jewish community, that's pushed right up to the top.
And that's ethno-nationalism from a country that isn't this one.
That isn't ours.
The fuck?
I know, it's crazy.
People have got really actually mad.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm saying. It's that thing last week seems to have released a lot of people that we wouldn't have expected to come out, and you know, there's obviously been lots of people. Melanie Phillips was on Sky News ranting about it again.
Well, she was, but I saw a clip Owen Jones put out of her saying that Israel was committing heinous crimes. It was like she'd done a 180. It was weird. But it was last week. Maybe she just came across really badly. I don't know. But she was literally saying that, like, maybe she was saying if Israel, but then saying things Israel's actually done. I can't remember, but it was an odd one.
Yeah, that's unusual for her. She's very
she's
pro
rampant.
Yeah, definitely. Weird.
It's psychotic.
Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? It is a bit. So, shall we move on? Because I am a bit worried about this march, because I think the way the sort of rhetoric's coming out, I reckon it's going to be cancelled officially.
Best of luck with that. We've got coaches hired and everything.
That's what I mean. It'll happen regardless. But I've got a funny feeling they're going to... Because Starmer was convened a committee against anti-Semitism this morning.
The man went to a Cobra meeting over a false anti-Semitic attack last week.
Yeah.
So whatever he does, I'm not going to put a lot of store in, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Nothing matters anymore because they've ruined everything. They've abused all the legals and laws and rights and wrongs that we had, and they're just riding roughshod. So,
yeah. I heard Nick Ferrari on this morning, and he was talking about Starmer's convening this committee against anti-Semitism, and he'd been saying, you know, he came out with loads of stuff, didn't he, about from the river to the sea and globalizing intifada being terrorist statements. But even Nick Ferrari, who's very pro Israel, he's a sort of member of the Jewish lobby somewhere in North London, and he always admits it. He says it out loud, and he says it in advance, unlike Sheila Fogarty. But he couldn't even find it in his heart to sort of say that Starmer was doing a good thing for his cause, because he was at that point. He just couldn't do it. He just hates Starmer so much that he couldn't say, "Oh yeah, Starmer's sticking up for the Jewish community," which, you know,
that's not what he's doing, though, is it? The only way to make Jewish people safer in this country is to stop aiding and abetting a genocide.
Yeah.
Stop doing that, and then people will be less angry about it, and less, fewer people will be attacked. Notwithstanding, last week was a schizophrenic man showing how poor the mental health system is. That's what that is.
Yeah, exactly. which we talked about last week.
Well,
it really
you talk
was.
about it every day, because how many people got stabbed on exactly the same day? Because it wasn't just 3 in this country, I can guarantee that.
Well, no, for sure.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, it is. It is insane.
I mean, I've had people come out that, because I was in a chat group and somebody put an article about the original story, and I couldn't not say anything. I said, how is it an anti-Semitic attack when blah, 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 blah? And then still further down the chat, people are saying, but it's a very scary time for Jews because of these attacks. And I'm like, I've just explained to you that wasn't one of those attacks.
I know.
You're manufacturing your own, fears.
Yeah, completely.
And that's not helpful to you.
Well, with the help of the media as well, yeah, exactly.
Well, that's why they do. I mean, it's psychological manipulation, all of it, isn't it? All this propaganda.
But Sky News put out a breaking news thing this afternoon saying counter-terrorism police investigating fire at synagogue in East London. But it isn't a synagogue. Not anymore. It used to be. It was bought as a Muslim place of worship. It's now a mosque. But they reported it, Sky News, they've been community noted again, that today they said a fire at a synagogue in East London.
How is this allowed? They should lose their broadcasting licenses for this shit, except they're all in it together because we're occupied.
It's very, very bad.
This is sick. This is absolutely sick.
Yeah, we said last week about the Sky News reporting, and they'd been repeatedly community noted for not saying that there was 3 attacks. And then today reporting on this fire in a synagogue, in inverted commas, which is actually not a synagogue anymore. It was bought by a Muslim community group. It's really quite stark and quite shocking. And it, above anything else, the Muslim community in the United Kingdom must be feeling really worried about this, because they're getting attacked. They have attacks all the time on them. And
this is why
there's an awful lot more Muslims.
The people in the government and the establishment don't give a shit about the people walking on the streets.
No. Yeah.
They want them fighting with each other so that they can get away with doing what shit they're doing. And nobody will know about it, which is like why I explained before how there are some very angry people in Liverpool city centre who couldn't figure out how Palestine was probably connected to all our struggles today. But it is, because it's the same people perpetuating the misery.
True. Very true.
While at the same time making sure that most people are uneducated about it and confused and don't really know what's going on, so most of them just check out, and the rest of them believe the lies.
I just remembered something, sorry. I was at Bristol Airport to pick up my partner and stuff on Saturday afternoon, and as we arrived, it was pissing it down with rain. I was soaking wet, but as I walked into the arrivals terminal, I think six people had come off a flight in very loud Irish accents, but they were dressed head to toe in Palestinian flags, Palestinian hoodies. They had trackies, onesies, and t-shirts. Yeah. And I just walked up and I was like, nice one.
We went for a little coffee afterwards in this nice little Italian place in Liverpool. And we'd all sort of sat down, and there was 5 of us in a 4-man booth, so we were all squished in.
Huddled. And
this little kid, he can't have been any more than 8 or 9, just came past. Mixed race kid, I think. And he just said to Bex, who was sat next to me, he said, "Are you for Palestine?" And she just went, yeah. And he went, "That's really good, that." And we were all just like,
awesome.
Oh.
The kids are all right.
That big.
Yeah.
Don't do this to me. Oh, it was lovely.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You don't get that at the UTK, do you know what I mean? You get a 4-year-old going, "Fuck you, Starmer."
Yeah, classic. I know. Yeah. Right. Should we move on from that, because it's just weird. Yeah. I wanted to talk about an incident that happened in Bristol over the weekend.
I don't know about it, so I'm bracing myself.
It was breaking news over the weekend that an explosion had happened in a place called Frenchay in Bristol. Now, I know Frenchay very well. It's very kind of suburban town area of Bristol. Nothing exciting there. And it was being treated as a suspicious incident terrorist bombs disposal were there, all sorts, but nothing really came out about it until this morning properly. So what it transpires, there was a proper explosion, but what it transpires, and this really shocked me actually, is that a woman had moved away from her abusive ex-partner to this house in Frenchay and had made a new life with a new partner. Her ex had found her, went to their house with a grenade and detonated it on the front step of their house and blew him and the woman up. They're both dead. And I just thought...
I go back to the mental illness crisis.
The mental illness crisis, the extreme toxic kind of masculinity crisis that we have in this country.
Humans are not to be owned. Whatever type of relationship you're in, you do not possess another person. And if you think you do, or you feel like you should, you need to go and talk to someone.
Yeah. And it just said, it's what one of her neighbours said last week. She sounded so happy she was finally safe and free of her ex. A fucking grenade, and turned up and blew himself and the woman up. And there was kids in the house and they're injured in hospital. They're fine.
Oh, God,
thankfully.
no.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you, but
it's
I just wanted
fault.
to talk
it's
about
just
it.
The state of the
it's
fucking
fucking
world,
important.
Man.
It's an important thing that we need to mention because it...
We are literally...
I don't know
how
fucked in the head you have to be. Yeah.
As a country, we've got the most abusive parents. I mean, not the most abusive in the world, obviously, but the way they're doing it so silently and psychotically, using manipulation and propaganda and ramping up people's, like, worries and fears and...
Yeah. But this is where it leads, ultimately, when you're that far gone.
Those poor kids, they've got to live with that for the rest of their life.
The trauma that they've witnessed, it's PTSD forever, isn't it? Yeah, and it just, I don't know. I wanted to mention it because I think it's worth mentioning because not so many people are. I think a lot of people saw it go past as a news item, but I haven't really seen it tick over today when the actual news of what happened came out. And I think it's important that we mention it. That.
Do you know, it makes me sick because I know I've never gone on to it on the pod, but I've explained to you that in my past we had a family member that was a bona fide psychopath, not related, came into the family, and he ended up, when we found him out what he was up to, he ended up using a ladder and rope outside. But the one thing that kept me going throughout that horrendous experience was that we were so lucky because he could have just locked us in the house and set us on fire.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
You know, but there's a lot of these people about, which is why I've been so terrified of people for years, because they don't come with labels. And the kindness of strangers and people I've met, through our works have literally kept me afloat.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of those people out there, and it's narcissism.
Yeah. It's
raging narcissism.
This Andrew Tate manosphere bullshit that these fucking wannabe alpha males, when they're not, teach other men to be. And that's what they make their money off of, don't they?
We live in the worst timeline.
As a parent of a 12-year-old boy, I'm very explicit with him and talk to him about it all the time, because you have to be, because he tells me about kids in his school at his age that say stuff like Andrew Tate says, and he's 12, and there's kids in his year that are saying shit like this. So I talk to him about it, and we know he understands why that's wrong and all this stuff. But
you see, I find it really hard because obviously I brought Will up to, as you're trying to bring your son up, to be respectful and happy and socially available and understand how people work and stuff. But the headspace he's been in since the pandemic, because he's still not properly got past that. He's still trying to find his feet. I find myself, and it's probably my neuroses as well, because we do have different neurodivergences. It can be quite the struggle. But I do find myself occasionally saying to him, You do know you're not allowed to touch another person without permission, don't you? Just because again, it really
just in
worried.
case, yeah.
And he's like, of course I fucking do. What are you on about? I'm just checking because I don't want you to ever say, well, you never said I couldn't do that. And again, I know it's my mad head, but
he's obviously inherently got that because you're a good parent and you've got the good genes.
To be honest, it might be. Well, no, you see, he's a donor egg baby, so he's technically nothing to do with me. I just grew him.
Okay.
Which is mad because he's very like me. And I forgot what I was going to say then. That's annoying.
Yeah.
But what it is, I think he spent a few years, not so much the last 2, but prior to that, winding me up about Andrew Tate.
Oh, right. Yeah. Like you said that before.
Actually, I mean, at the minute, all he wants me to do is watch Alex Jones. I'm like, why? We've discussed Alex Jones. You know who he is. You know, yeah, but he was right about Ruin Grove. Yes, and it made him mad. Behold.
Yeah.
I just think he likes annoying me, to be honest.
Yeah, just winding you up.
But it doesn't give me confidence.
I got a few years to go, but that sort of stuff's starting to come out now.
Do you know you shouldn't shout at buildings? Never paint a roundabout.
Yeah. Don't put flags on lampposts. Oh, that's something I forgot to write down in my notes, but I want to say, because I think I'm taking credit for this. At Cribbs Causeway, I don't know if you know Bristol at all. Cribbs Causeway is like a massive shopping area. It's like big retail pocket. It's got huge shops, but it's been there for donkey's years. It's got everything, including the Mall, which is was at one point the biggest shopping centre in the country, going back decades. But it's got, cinemas and bowling. It's huge, big retail bit of Bristol, which we go there a lot shopping because, it's big Asda there and all sorts. Walmart or whatever it is. For about the last 6 months, every time I've gone there, they've had fucking flags on every lamppost.
Oh, yeah.
All down the streets, past the Audi dealership, past the Porsche dealership, past, John Lewis, Marks and Spencer's. And I thought to myself,
suddenly gone, Don?
Well, they have suddenly gone. But I wrote to the council about this about a month ago. No, about 6 weeks ago. I wrote to South Gloucestershire County Council. I put in a freedom of information request and said, why don't you do something about this? This is A, illegal. This is B, it makes it look like Nazi Germany, etc., etc. I went at the weekend, and after 8 months, they've all gone, every single one. So I'm fucking taking credit for that.
Well done. I'm very proud, and you take that credit the week before the elections.
You're going to... Yeah. I know. Yeah, because South Gloss is run by Labour. So
we said that when we were having a nosy the other week. Went, oh my God, the council have done a brilliant job. And then somebody went, the local elections are in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Right.
I'm claiming a modicum of credit. I'm taking a bit. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said at the weekend when we were there. I was like, yes, at last they've actually gone. I can relax. Because it was giving me palpitations. You rock up at this place and it's like avenues of just fucking...
We've been here before, I don't like it.
Exactly, yeah. I don't want to see this again. Anyway, I don't know where that came from, but I just remembered it. So, yeah.
Do you want to keep going, or do you want to wrap up and do a little one?
I've got enough to do another one, I think. So,
cool.
Yeah.
If you're good with me just ad-libbing, then that's great.
Yeah, well, we haven't even talked about reform or the war properly yet. So, yeah.
Okay. What should we do that
yeah, let's do that. I'm a bit at a loss with our timing because we've been recording for...
Ever.
Nearly 2 hours so far because we should say we've just recorded with an absolutely brilliant guest, Mike Dix, who's the cartoon artist behind the Trumpton cartoons, which we'll put links out for. But if you haven't found
lovely Trumpton and made it poisonous.
Check him out on Blue Sky. But we've just done an hour with Mike, and it's a brilliant episode, which will probably come out after this one. So, yeah, look out for that. It's part of our discussion series.
About the Renters' Rights Act, predominantly.
Yeah, a lot about the Renters' Rights Bill. So, yeah. Check that out soon, but we'll obviously let you know when. And let's wrap this up for now, and we'll move on to our next episode, which will be out shortly.
Please give us a like and a share, and we will see you soon.
Bye for now.
Bye.